Moving into a new house is meant to be a fresh start, but for the Callahan family, it became a living nightmare. Their charming Victorian home on the edge of a quiet town seemed perfect, until the first night. Strange occurrences began small. The youngest daughter, Emma, claimed to see someone standing in her room. Shadows moved without a source, and objects. Then came the discovery of the basement, with its ancient carvings and remnants of rituals, which seemed to awaken something sinister. The activity escalated. Doors slammed, disembodied voices echoed, and warnings appeared, including the word "leave" scrawled in the dust. Terrified and defeated, the family fled in the dead of night, abandoning their belongings and their dreams. The house still stands, unsold and untouched, its secrets locked within its walls, a chilling reminder that some homes are better left alone. The Martinez family thought they had found their dream home, a sprawling suburban house with a large yard, perfect for their 2 children. But from the moment they moved in, the house felt off. The air was heavy and the walls seemed to whisper in the stillness. One evening, as they unpacked, their 6-year-old son, Liam, came running down the stairs, pale as a sheet. "There's a man in the closet," he whispered. His father rushed to check, but the closet was empty. They chalked it up to an overacted imagination until the footsteps began. One night, Mrs. Martinez stayed up late working in the living room. She glanced at the window and froze. A pale face stared back at her from the darkness outside. But when she screamed, her husband, determined to uncover the truth, the couple dug into the home's history. They discovered that a previous owner, a recluse named Thomas Harlow, had vanished without a trace years ago. Some claimed he still lingered, furious at anyone who dared to live in his home. The final straw came when Liam's baby monitor captured a guttural voice whispering, "Get out." The family left that night, abandoning their dream home to whatever haunted its halls. The house remains on the market, its dark history scaring away all potential buyers. The Petersons moved into the charming Victorian home in a quiet town, thrilled to start a new chapter. The house was over a century old, with creaky floorboards and ornate fixtures that told of a bygone era. But soon after settling in, subtle oddities began to creep into their daily lives. It started with small things, lights flickering despite new bulbs, doors opening on their own. Their daughter Sophie complained about a woman in the corner of her room. At first they dismissed it as a child's imagination, but Sophie became more withdrawn, often staring into the corner. One day, Mrs. Peterson woke to the sound of movement during visiting. Freshly out of the sea draft, one night Mrs. Peterson woke to the sound of muffled sobbing. She followed the sound to the basement, where she found Sophie standing in the middle of the room, eyes wide and unblinking. Behind a loose panel in the basement wall, he found an old trunk filled with faded photographs, a worn diary and a dusty locket. The diary belonged to a woman named Eleanor, who had lived there a century ago. Her entries revealed a life of isolation and tragedy, ending abruptly with, "He'll never let me leave." That night, the house erupted with activity. The family fled to a neighbor's house, shaken and terrified. They called a local historian, who revealed that Eleanor's husband had been abusive, and after her disappearance, rumors of hauntings had plagued the house. Unable to return, the Petersons sold the home at a loss, leaving it to stand as a chilling reminder of the restless spirit trapped within.